Bullying. I thought I'd be a little bit controversial and throw something out for general discussion. Does bullying exist in the negotiating arena? Is it a behaviour that you've come across? Now, personally, I have, and unfortunately, I've had it happen to me multiple times. The story I always go back to is I received a call. I was a supplier at the time to obviously an organisation. They'd received an external approach saying we can reduce your price, engage us. They'd done that. And then in due course, I'd been contacted. And the conversation was simply, we need you here in this meeting room. We want to discuss something. That was it. I turned up and it was as simple as, we're here today. We've been engaged to reduce your prices, and we need at least a 20% reduction before we will go into any other, basically, contract extension period with your firm. Now, my approach to anything like that is always to see whether I can get the outcome that the person wants. So you want a 20% reduction, under what terms can I do that? So we then started a process, unfortunately it took about 6 weeks, whereby I tried to explore every variable. Could we increase the number of sites? Could we increase the scope? Could we, you name it, I tried to explore it. It all came to a head. The consultant reached back out to me and said, look, Chris, been a great 6 weeks. Unfortunately, you need to still give me that 20% reduction. And I actually don't care about all these other things that you've put on the table. The answer is 20%. I'm running out of time. You need to do it. Now, in that style of behaviour, to me, you've tried everything you can to achieve the outcome. When faced with a bully, the best answer is to simply test their power and test the people behind them as to whether or not there's really an issue. And that's what I did. I wrote a letter in advising that under the terms of the contract, we had 90 days notice period. I was enacting the 90-day notice period based on this behaviour, and I was pretty explicit, and that there was no grounds that I could reach that would actually give us a deal, and that unfortunately we needed to move and part ways. And that was hugely confrontational to my leadership team at the time. But it was also something that when that organisation thought about it, they realised that what we actually were performing, the services we performed, actually had nearly a 3-year exiting period, and that they had 90 days left before their business would shut down, because that was how important our software was to them. Now, literally, it took 1 day and I was immediately contacted by a senior executive to go, we've got rid of that person. Please retract your 90-day statement. That is not what we want to do. We're actually very happy with the services you provide. And under what grounds can we move forward? A completely different dialogue. They didn't get the 20% reduction. In fact, I increased it as I've been doing every other year. But it's my go-to story for bullying. Unfortunately, a lot of other industries have that exact behaviour. But look, if you've got a chance, reach out. I'd love to hear your story.